everybody, it's the Van Show, and today we're talking to my friend, Julie Faltko.
My name is Julie Faltko. I live in Maine with my family. I have 4 children and 2 dogs. I love reading. I love writing. I think writing is the most fun job ever because I get to think of ideas in my head and then I write them down, and then kids in totally other states get to read them and get my ideas in their heads, and so it's like I'm a mad scientist.
So how long have you been writing?
I have been writing all my life. I have a book of short stories that I wrote when I was 8. It's called Short Stories That You'll Love.
Oh, very sure of yourself at 8.
I was very sure of myself at 8, but I didn't know that authors were real people until I was much, much older.
So that's why we do the show.
Yeah, right. So I thought most authors were dead, probably, because I love to read all the time, but I never realized that the names on the books were real people.
It's weird how you don't make that connection.
No, I know.
Like most people don't.
No.
I didn't. Right? I was like, Harper Lee, what kind of robot is that? It's a book writing robot.
I know. I totally assumed that. I was writing and I was reading, but I never made the connection. And I was making books of my own and writing my name on the cover with a crayon, but it never occurred to me that they were real people. I thought that they were probably lived in castles and had butlers and limousines and stuff.
Now, so when did you actually decide I'm going to do this for a living? Like I'm gonna get published. I'm gonna make money doing this. Like this is gonna be it.
It was probably 8 years ago. I was at home with my kids reading a ton and realized after I had found out that authors are real people, realized this is what I've always wanted to do. I'm going to do it. I'll also tell you that I did get my library degree. I do have a library degree.
So you are really a scientist.
Because I am a library scientist and a book scientist and a dog scientist. I don't know. Is there some other kind of scientist? Those are the three, right? Library, book, and dog.
A veterinarian is a
Those
dog
are the three.
scientist.
Oh, veterinarian. No, not that. The wizard kind. I don't know.
A dog wizard?
Sure. That's a thing.
Yeah. So can we talk about the 2 dogs?
Let's. Okay. So this book, 2 Dogs in a Trench Coat Go to School. I'm very excited that it's on the Bluebonnet list, which is
that's a big honor.
Huge honor. It's a story of a small dog named Waldo and a big dog named Sassy who are worried about their boy, Stuart, because every day he goes to this horrible place called school.
Ugh.
They're thinking that he's probably being mind controlled by an evil overlord. Because, why is he leaving them every day? It doesn't make any sense. So they find a trench coat, and they stack up and put on a trench coat and go to school. And then it turns out that school is awesome because teachers tell them what to do, and they get to run around in gym class. And then best of all, they get lunch, which did not happen when they were at home.
And so they end up becoming a student?
They become a student, yes. They matriculate as a human student named Salty Woofa Doggington. And nobody knows that they're dogs, except for Stuart.
I love the trope of like small things in a trench coat.
Yes, it's a great trope, and I can't believe they let me write this book.
It was incredible. They liked it so much they gave you a Bluebonnet award
I
for
know.
You did it really well.
Yeah, I guess. It's amazing. There's a 3rd one coming. I asked the illustrator, Colin Jack, if there was anything in particular that he wanted to draw, and he said, I would love to draw the dogs chewing on a dinosaur skeleton. Ooh. So I drew one where they go on a field trip to the City Museum. Or I drew one. I didn't draw it. I wrote one where they go on a field trip to the City Museum, and they think it's going to be a boring day, but then they see the dinosaur bones and go into like a dream state, imagining what it was like.
Dogs like bones, and those are some big bones.
Those are some big bones. Yeah, they're speechless by the bones. They cannot even believe it.
That's fantastic. These sound like wonderful books.
They are so much fun to write. I have such a good time writing these books. It's all of my favorite kinds of humor just packed into books, and I'm really lucky that they let me write them.
So does your illustrator live anywhere near you?
No, he lives in California. He's a DreamWorks illustrator.
He's a what?
DreamWorks illustrator.
Oh, I thought you said a dreamboat.
He is, I don't know. That's not really my place to say. But
DreamWorks. Oh, the
DreamWorks.
company.
He's a DreamWorks illustrator. He lives in California. Yeah.
So do you send him the script and then he just draws it up and sends the pictures back?
Yes. Well, I'm sort of taken out of that equation, but Scholastic sends it to him.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
They
so-
do let me occasionally do things like ask him what do you want to draw, but yeah, he draws it. I think it's cool because they send me the sketches, and I love seeing the process of his revisions because I think it's cool that illustrators revise just like writers do.
Yeah. So you've got a third Two Dogs book coming out.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas for other books that aren't with the Two Dogs, or are you going to keep with Two Dogs for a while?
Well, I try to write all kinds of different things just to have all my irons in the fire or pencils in the pencil sharpener or whatever the phrase would be.
I like that one.
So I'm working on some other picture books, revising some novels that who knows, just you got to keep writing and keep working,
Yeah.
and some of them will become real books and some of them won't, but that's okay. They all build on each other. They're all sort of stepping stones for future books.
Well, and it's all for the love of writing.
Yes, I love writing so much. It's hard sometimes for sure, but I love it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.